Perhaps the political class imagined that it was just another rape. You know, they've shrugged before, they thought they could shrug again. And this rape would go away, and that would be the end of this matter. This rape is not going to go away. And we can't understand why this rape has become the rallying cry and the rallying point and a war cry across India, but it has. That is the point. And those who refuse to acknowledge the importance of this moment, those very politicians who were hiding, the cowards who hid, they didn't bother to go and meet the people, the protesters. Nothing was done for this girl. It was a face-saving device at the last minute when they know she's critical. She didn't stand a chance. She was suddenly taken to Singapore so that Sheila Dikshit and people would look better, like they were doing something. It was a meaningless, hypocritical sham of a gesture. They knew it was not going to do anything for this girl, apart from perhaps they thought it would cover them with some kind of glory, or at least reduce the shame from their complete indifference and aloofness. And even for a Chidambaram to say, do you think I should go and confront every Naxalite? Do you think I should go out there?
Shinde. That was Shinde.
And that was Shinde. Expect of politicians? Shinde. They're all the same anyway, whether it's a Chidambaram, Shinde, they're all part of the same lot as far as I'm concerned, and their quotes are also, in that sense, can be swapped because they all belong to the same mindset. This one occasion has rallied the youth of this country. They are the ones who will push for change, demand change, and make sure it happens.
Well, I get a sense, I may be wrong in my observations, that there is a sense of shock among political class. What is going on? This is not the way things are supposed to be done. Let people petition us. We will put it through systems, give it through parliament committees, judicial committees, X committee, Y committee. This is the way we've dealt with it for 65 years in India. Why should anybody want to force a change? Now, that's why we are discussing today about whether they have lost touch with the ground reality. Mohandas Pai, before I come to you, Siddharth Nath Singh, let me tell you one thing, please. I know you raised your hand. I am not doing politician bashing. Trust me. I am not interested. If any politician today says, today on the program, that we will push the government to move an ordinance so that every sex offender walks around with a tag, an electromagnetic tag on their hands, where they can be tagged, and every 15 days they have to come to a police station where they will be followed, their track record will be checked, then I think everybody in the country will applaud such a politician. But the problem is, I am not hearing anything specific from politicians except expressions of regret. Siddharth, coming to you, I want to go next to Dr. Sunita Krishnan. Dr. Sunita Krishnan has been...
Allow me to answer that.
I'm coming to you. But to Dr. Sunita Krishnan first.
If I'm sitting on the... I'm sitting on your channel today, is not because of, you know, I'm scared of what the words like political bashing. It is because genuinely I feel
I appreciate
we need to contribute along with you all.
I appreciate that.
Please allow me. I'm not accusing anyone. But the reason I'm here is basically we want to contribute. There is a section of politicians. We do really sincerely we would like to contribute along with all of you
in improving
the system. We want to reach it out. We want to.
Yes.
We need to address. And we are the only one who can change the law.
And Siddharth,
we must change the law.
And Siddharth, the reason we are all here, including myself, the reason we have a special news panel discussion today, the reason so many people are here today, we want to see the change. You want to contribute, we want to see the change now. We have waited, our entire generation has waited and opportunities have been lost.
The only thing I can assure you
is don't buy time.
Member, we are going to be pushing the parliament, the government to have a special session. We would like that the government should change the laws. We need to make women more secure. There are issues related to police reform. We want all this to happen, and that's the only way we can do it. We need to pressurize the government and we'll do it.
I would have appreciated if the women's union women minister Krishna Tirath, I think that's her name, would have been on the program today. But I want to ask Dr. Sunita Krishnan. She's founder of Prajwala, an NGO. She has been a victim of the worst form of sexual violence herself. Dr. Krishnan, you're joining us from Kochi. First of all, thank you for coming. I want to know what you think at this ongoing national debate, having been a victim yourself and having come out of it so strongly.
Right now, Arnab, I'm feeling sickened. I find this whole damn discussion itself sickening. For the last 20 minutes, we've been just bashing each other up, blame games, and a whole lot of I'm good, I have done this, I want to do this. I think what the whole public today is showing is enough of platitudes,
That's
whether
great.
it is by the media, whether it is by authors, whether it is by filmmakers, or whether it is by the damn politicians. We want action. I was gang raped 25 years back, and for the last 20 years I've been fighting against sexual violence, against sex trafficking. I've heard enough of platitudes. Enough is enough. Let's at least make the next 20 minutes discuss about how we going to straighten things out. We don't want to know who is bad and who is worst. Today the world has shown that we don't care a damn for you all.
Very true.
What we need is, what can we do now? Tomorrow, what do we need to start? Because if today violence has reached to such astonishing proportions, all of us are also responsible for it. Our silence, our inaction, our complacence. Who are these politicians, by the way? We have elected them, which only shows what kind of people, what caliber of people we are making them sit. If a Botsa Satyanarayana from Andhra Pradesh says, why did that woman climb up in the bus at night? If a DGP in Andhra Pradesh says, women wear outrageous clothes, that's why they get raped, we need to start questioning ourselves. Where are we today? For me, as a survivor of rape, as a human being, as an activist, at one end, I'm so energized by the fact that there is at least now an outrage. After 20 years, today I'm seeing India awakening against sexual violence. But I have my own reservations. Whether this is just one more wonderful way to show, like India against corruption, today India against sexual violence. But after the story dies out, will we still think of all those children, all those women who are getting raped every minute by the day? And that is the question I want to ask each of the panelists.
Well,
can we think about what we need to do now?
Yeah, well, I think that, there are two things. The one thing we need to do is to keep a consistent focus on the issue in the media. So that's one point which I would say the media needs to keep a consistent focus on it and not bury it. I hope you agree with me on that, Dr. Krishnan, because that is one thing that the media can do.
Absolutely.
The media, yes, it's not to be buried in the inside pages. But Mohandas Pai wants to add.
We need to create deliverables, Arnab.
Yeah, I agree.
What do we need to keep alive on?
Yeah.
Is it stories, or do we create deliverables? Can we create an accountability for the political system? Say, media will lobby till the sexual offence bill is passed. Media will lobby till each politician hands over at least 2 of its security guards back to the government, so that women and children in the country have safety.
True. Yes.
If the women and children in the country have no safety, no bloody politician deserves safety. Can we decide on those kind of lobbying points and deliverables?
Well spoken. Well spoken. And you speak on behalf of all of us.
Completely agree.
Let me tell you, your voice has that much more power because of what you experienced yourself. Dr. Krishnan, I am completely moved, and I think in every word of yours I would like to express my support. Dr. Mohandas Pai wants to say something here. Yes, Dr. Pai.
Arnab, there is a gap between the political class and the citizens because of a very important fact. The urban people make up 35% of the population, but have only 20% of the seats in parliament and 20% of the seats in the state legislature. So the political system does not accept the urban sector at all. So they're waiting for you to make a noise and go away, like they deal with the rural sector. They're a feudal class who have created privileges for themselves. They're not representative. They're not democratic. Now they're bewildered, and the urban sector is fighting back. They're asking for better governance, and they don't know how to deal with it. The solution, Arnab, is very simple. We must delineate the state assembly seats and the parliament seats within the overall limit based upon the 2011 elections. And that will mean 35% of the seats in India in parliament and in all the states will go to the urban sector. That means all our voices will be heard, because if the people don't listen to us in parliament, we are going to go after them. Now there's a gap. So they're treating us like rural people, like children. Do what you want, we'll not be with you, we will just listen, it will go away. It is not going to go away. Absolutely. We have to change this.
I think that's very well said. I think that's a very, very strong point. You're saying give representation to the people, end the urban-rural skew in a changing India. Well spoken there, Dr. Mohandas Pai. You agree with that, Devesh Thakur. Why is there this, you represent the JDU. You accept there is a disconnect, there is a lack of sync.
I won't really accept that in toto. there seems to be some logic in what Mr. Mohandas Pai said, but I won't accept that in
No, but
toto.
if there is not a lack of sync, then why has there been no action? Why do people who have cases against them of rape, why are they given tickets? Why are 260 candidates?
It's because your system allows that. We are for the change. Your system allows that. Agreed. That's what I'm saying. Make the laws. I'm not sitting here as a politician. I'm sitting here as much as any those 10,000 lakh of people who are there.
You have a stake. You represent.
That's right. We are for it. We are one of the states. We brought this cases under fast track, and if you remember, Arnab, a Japanese lady who had gone to Bodh Gaya, she was raped by an auto driver. Within 3 months, he received capital punishment. He received for life.
No, you tell me today.
We have done our need. What have we done?
Specifically speaking.
I'll tell you what.
Specifically speaking, would you say that your party has never given any tickets to anybody who has crimes against women, who has pending cases of crimes against women?
Well, I don't remember anyone being given so, but I won't be so specific on that.
Well,
if you challenge me, I won't accept
260 candidates have been declared that they have crimes against women. 260 candidates. I have statistics for all parties, not specifically for yours. But out of 6 candidates, out of 6 candidates who declared rape charges against them, 3 are from your state. Of Bihar. That means they've declared in their election commission affidavit, I have rape charges against me.
Let the election commission do it, let the parliament do it, let my ruling class or let the political class do it, bring the laws, that there's absolutely no problem.
Everybody's passing the buck.
No, we are not passing the buck. Who's going to make these laws?
No, once getting a couple of responses. Yes, Sohail Seth wants to say something to you. We are opening up this debate in a couple of minutes. Yes, Sohail?
Arnab, may I please say something which Dr. Krishnan identified? The only solution today is Times Now, other media, your sister newspaper, Times of India, put down a delivery meter.
Yeah.
Shame them and name them every day until they, A, call a special session, until B, they commit to the election commission that they won't give nominations to people with sexual criminality. 3, get Parliament working. These guys are ready to work when it's about their salaries and about their goddamn protection. Not about the protection for India and for Indians.
It's not going to work.
Unless you name and shame them, these guys will postpone everything that
Mohandas Pai says not going to work. Mohandas Pai says not going to work. Dr. Sunita Krishnan, I'm coming to you 1 minute. Sunita, I just want to complete the first round with everyone. I want to go to Bachi Karkaria. Bachi not going to work.
No. What I want to say is that what we've seen today is that people must reclaim democracy for themselves, and I think we've got an election coming up in 2014. Let's not keep thinking that public memory is short. Let every party today say what is going to be their agenda. Let them put it on their plank today. And we've got young people out there. They are not jaded, cynical, old people who are all going to forget about what's happening. I think they all need to stand up and reclaim democracy.
To Gautam Kaul, ex-commissioner of police, I have a straight question. Mr. Kaul, tell me, just coming in the next 20 minutes, we are going to get very specific. But before that, I want to ask you, Mr. Gautam Kaul, is part of the reason why the police is not able to do this job because many of these sex offenders have some form of political patronage?
I think this is a very difficult question for me to answer because I am being a police officer in the past. I have to only see that the case is submitted in court and in quick time. Unfortunately, this is not the reality. Even today, let me draw the attention of the panelists that only 2 days back, a government advertisement has come up which is asking citizens to recommend measures to protect women, and it is only limited to the National Capital Region. Why not for the whole country? Is the National Capital Region so sacred that it requires special attention and the whole of the country can be left to its own fate? Now, this is the kind of attitude which the state has on this problem.
That means they are doing
this current discussion. And the current discussion is not being focused on the main problem, which is how to tackle the whole issue, and this whole issue has to be tackled on a countrywide basis.
I think
program is being seen and argued